Have you ever carried a heavy backpack with no hip belt or waist strap? Your shoulders bear the entire weight of the pack, giving you a sore neck and shoulders, as well as headaches. Many backpacks don't have any way to attach a hip belt or waist strap that can alleviate these problems. That's why I designed the Universal Backpack Hip Belt. First I made a model of the design in SolidWorks, and then had a blank 3D printed in the shape of each piece of the buckle that connects the belt to the pack in order to make a mold of it using metal casting green sand. Excess support material was removed and the surface sanded smooth. Aluminum casting requires building a foundry to melt the metal in. This foundry was built using fire bricks and welding a frame to hold the bricks in the shape of the box. To ensure a high level of detail on both sides of the part, a two-sided mold was made to hold the blank in the middle of the two, creating half of its impression in each side of the mold. Here you can see the box being made that will contain both halves of the sand mold. This two-piece connector ensures that the halves of the mold reconnect in the same orientation every time. Then I needed to make green sand. This is done by combining fine sand and finely ground bentonite clay with just the right amount of water. I used clay cat litter for this and ruined my coffee grinder to turn it into powder. Sand and clay need to be weighed and combined in just the right amounts. About 10 to 15% of the weight is clay. Then they're mixed and water is added slowly while mixing, and mixing, and mixing some more. Using green sand allows the mold to be pulled apart and the blank removed. The mold halves are then rejoined and the molten aluminum poured into the mold through a channel in the sand. The final precision-shaped features were to be machined into the cast parts. Unfortunately, the mold fell apart at every attempt, and the sand stuck to everything except itself, making it impossible to get a good impression. I decided to fire up the foundry anyway and make some aluminum ingots from cans and scrap aluminum I had with me to make the casting process faster and easier next time. I also took a different approach to making the parts for my belt and machined the hole and slot in the 3D printed parts I already had. This proved to be difficult because the printed parts are so flexible that they would bend away from the end mills. But in the end it worked. I then sewed 2 lengths of webbing to the 3D printed buckles. And I attached the buckles to the shoulder straps of my backpack. Finally, the belt buckles together in the front with a standard side release buckle. Now you can add a weight distributing hip belt to any backpack and hike all day with a secure load and no achy shoulders.